Hey Scrappers, it's Vanessa here, and I thought for the first layout that I'm using my Hello Summer stash kit that I would go through real quick before I speed up the video and show you the process. I thought I would go through and actually show you what I pulled from my stash and what I'm using from the kit, or from the collections that I showed you that I'm using as a kit. So the main papers that I'm using are from A Perfect Summer. So my main 12 by 12 papers that I pulled are from this paper line. And I pulled this one, which was called Hot Air Balloons. And I pulled this one, which is called Fish. And I pulled the border sheet, which is actually called Border Strips. I also have the sticker sheet. I thought there might be something on this that I will use. That's from the same collection. I pulled these stickers from my stash. They are the Prismatic. And I have these Heidi Swap color shine stickers. And I had spelled out a few words. There's not much left in this, so I'm going to try to get one more word out of this. I also have the Good Day Sunshine sticker sheet with the alphabets. This was from Simple Stories back in 2014. And I also have the sticker sheet from that collection as well. And I also pulled the chipboard from Poolside. So those are the big pieces. And then I'm going to be scrapping 2 pool pictures. I have some scraps from just my scrap bin, a yellow, a green. This was from Fifth and Frolic. This yellow is a Felicity Jane paper. And I have this text print in blue, and it was from Lemon Lush Sentimental, was the paper. I also have some yellow labels. I have this Remarks hashtag Sunshine. This was a couple years old, and it just has summer related stickers. I have this alphabet in case I needed another one from Studio Calico. I have some enamel dots, some Pink Fresh Life Noted stickers, some, I believe these are Tim Holtz word stickers. I have some Felicity from Pink Fresh, the Felicity collection washi tape strips. It's just another piece of the pattern paper. I have these Pebbles puffy stickers that are all summer related. And I have these blue sequins. Last but not least, I have a little bit of tissue paper. So I'm not sure that all of this, or that everything that I pull will get used, but I wanted to make sure that as I was kind of putting the layout together that I had some choices of things to use on the page. So this is what I pulled, and now I'm going to switch over and put the video on 2 times speed and let you guys watch the process and what we're going to use. I will give you a heads up that the tool that we're using for this one is our electronic die cutter, and then I'm going to show you, I am pulling in items from my stash that I don't find I have a ton of, but I don't use a lot, and one of those are sequins. So I have a assortment of sequins that matches the colors of the paper. And so I will put you on fast forward and you can watch the layout come together. Talk to you later, guys.
Okay, scrappers, so like I said in the first part of the video, I am using my electronic die cutter, and so I've gone ahead and cut this fish from the Silhouette Design Studio store, and I will link it in the description. And I just wanted to, while you see me sort of putting this die cut down, I just wanted to let you know that it's good to be back. The beginning of June was extremely busy, and I ended up getting sick, and I ended up getting a cold that made me lose my voice. So my voice still is not 100%, so I will totally get it if after listening for a few minutes of this video, if you put it on mute so that you don't have to listen to my sort of raspy voice for this one. But I did want to try to get a video up because it's been a while and I actually have some layouts done. I just have not had a chance to do the voiceover. So for this one, I have gone ahead and mounted that fish cut file on a piece of blue paper. And then I didn't make you watch the whole thing, but I did go ahead and cover all the scales of that fish with the sequins that I pulled. And I really like how that turned out. It used a lot of sequins and it makes a huge impact on the page. I did not do the whole tail because it is not going to show. You'll see that once I do the final layout. But I decided that just having the fish on the page, while it does make a big impact, I pulled a piece of white cardstock and decided that I did want to do a little bit of mixed media on the background. And I'm mainly using the packaging technique and some shimmers. And it was really fast at the beginning, but I will tell you the colors that I'm using. I'm using Meat and Blue, which is an Inklings. Let's Get Together, or Let Us Get Together, which is a Creamies. And Ride the Tide, which is also a Creamies, as well as Deep Blue Sea. And so those are the colors that I'm going to put in my background, just trying to make it feel sort of like watery, kind of under the water kind of a feel. So I'm just kind of playing around and putting the 3 colors down and getting them with the packaging technique, and then I'll do a little just water splatters. Nothing too heavy. I don't want it to be super dark. I just want to put, like I said, a little bit of color, a little bit of interest on the background before I start building my layout. And so that is how this part is going to go. I do want to remind you, while you watch me do this, the rest of this mixed media, that I do for till the end of June. If you saw the series from last month, which is Sketch Inspired One Sketch Two Ways with Vanessa and Lisa, there was 4 sketches that we used throughout the month, and I did put a challenge out there, and I'm going to actually change it that if you've commented on a video or you create a layout for any of the videos that we have posted, that I will put your name into a drawing for a $20 gift certificate, which I will still be drawing for at the end of June, so you still have a couple of weeks left. So be sure to take advantage of that. If you haven't seen the videos, go back and take a look at them. I would love to see if you do create something. Let me know where you've posted it, and I would love to take a look and leave a comment on whatever layout you create or you were inspired from that series. Hopefully we'll get to do that series again here in the coming months. And so here I am just finishing up the last of the mixed media. So like you see, it's very subtle, but I like the sort of underwatery feel that it gives. And I decided that to keep with the large fish on the page, that I would take this pattern paper that I pulled and I would go ahead and fussy cut a few of the fish off of that. And I decided I'm kind of keeping with a blue, green, and a yellow. And there wasn't an actual yellow fish, but there was like an orangey yellow fish. So I decided to cut those 3 colors from that pattern paper for the fish. And because I wanted to kind of tie everything together a little bit more, I am using my, I think that was Broken China Distress Oxide ink. And I'm going to go ahead and ink all of the items that I put on the page with that Distress Oxide ink. And I went ahead and mounted my background paper that is now dry onto a piece of blue cardstock. And I really love that technique where you put the tape around each of the 4 sides and then you kind of put a little bit up and then so that you can pull it once you put it down. It's a perfect way to get your paper straight and be able to stick it down without having it go down really tight before you can straighten it up and pull the tape out. So just a tip. I totally recommend that if you're like me and you have a hard time getting your pattern paper on your background straight. It's a great option. It sort of helps make it so that you have a chance to adjust it if you need to. And here I am just going ahead and matting my photos. I'm doing one photo on top of the other. They're not perfectly lined up. They're kind of overlapping and a little bit angled. I don't generally do too heavy of an angle. I don't like it to be too jarring when you look at the photos. I like, if I'm going to angle them, I just do a slight sort of angle on my photos, which is what I'm doing here. And then I am taking my big fish, which is the biggest impact for the page, and I am putting it there with its tail underneath the photos. And I like that this is kind of fun. It's kind of different. It allowed me to use sort of a big cut file and make a big impact with all those sequins. And I love that the sequins, when you put them all down, because they're the cup sequins and they're different shapes. I even have some flower type shapes in the fish. I like how it really makes it look like scales, and the way it shines in the light, it reminds me a lot of fish's scales. So I really do like how that turned out. So here I'm just taking those little fish that I cut from the pattern paper, and I'm just kind of laying them out as my kind of like little schools of fish. And on that sticker sheet there were a couple of fishes in the right color, so I did go ahead and decide to take some of the cut paper fishes off and replace them with the stickers. Excuse me, sorry about that, guys. So you see I have not so much the traditional sort of 3 clusters on this layout. I have some sort of schools of fish going around the page, and then I really am just going to have sort of 2 other clusters that are kind of up with where I'm putting my title, which you see part of it going down right now, which is the word family, that I'm using those Heidi Swap Color Shine letters, and I've kind of doctored a few of them to make them into the letters that I need them to be, because there was not very much left on that sticker sheet. I'm just trying to get it used up so that I officially can't make any more words out of it. So here I'm just going to play around with the different embellishments that I chose, see what I want to try to pull for this layout. I did use some washi tape from that Felicity collection that I pulled, and I put that in the top and bottom where my title is going to go. And the other word, it's hard to see in the video, but it does say swim, that I did spell out with those green tile letters. And so I thought about using that chipboard at first that says pool open or something along that line from the poolside collection, but I ended up going with a geotag and then just a word sticker, which I can't read from here. I can't remember what it says, but it's from that Simple Stories sticker page that I had shown you at the beginning of the video. And then from this puffy sticker set, I did pull 2 palm trees, and I put 1 in each cluster. So like I said, there's really just these 2 simple excuse me, 2 simple clusters. And to finish it off, I'm just adding some enamel dots. So up next, you'll see the still photos, and I will catch you on the next video. Bye-bye, everybody.